Hi guys, welcome back to Gen X Weight Loss Week 2, Day 1. Today we're talking about carbohydrates or carbs, right? Everybody's favorite macronutrient. This is the one we find everywhere and has all the media attention. Low carb diet, is it good for you? Is it bad for you? What does it do? How does it do it? All these kinds of things, right? These are the foods that we eat all the time. This is what all of our snacks are made out of. The crackers, the chips, the cookies, the pretzels, cereals, any of that, right? It's all refined, simple carbohydrates, which is the real issue here. Not all carbs are bad. It's the simple and refined carbohydrates which are the issue for us. And I'm going to tell you why. It has to do with blood sugar levels, okay? So I got this nice picture back here I'm going to get into about blood sugar levels. And what happens is, when we eat an excessive amount of refined or simple carbohydrates, it affects our blood sugar very dramatically and very quickly. And so what happens is, we are hungry down here, we eat a meal and we get a spike in our blood sugar level. It goes way up, okay? After the meal, the body goes, wait a second, there's a lot of fuel, sugar is fuel for the body, floating around in the bloodstream. We want to save that fuel for future use, okay? So it sends in insulin. Insulin comes in and drives down our blood sugar level. And how it drives it down is that insulin forces the blood sugar into fat, converts it into fat so we can hold on to it for future use. The problem is, in modern society, there is no future use. There is no future. Future is another snack or another meal, okay? So that's the issue. So what happens is, our blood sugar level gets knocked way down here, and guess what? It gives us a craving that we don't have any blood sugar. So we go grab something to eat, and we have another spike in our blood sugar level because we grabbed something that wasn't appropriate, wasn't healthy. It was a refined carbohydrate. Goes back up, and we spike it back down again. And this is a vicious cycle that our bodies go through every day for our entire life if we're eating this way. And this is the way Western civilization eats, okay? It's just reality of things. So what we're trying to avoid is these simple and refined carbohydrates. And what are those, just to make it super clear? It's pasta, it's grains, it's bread, it's cereal, it's rice, it's corn. These refined, it's sugar, of course, right? These refined grains, they're overutilized, and the reason they're overutilized is not because of their health benefits, obviously. It's because they're cheap, okay? They're overutilized in the food industry because they're cheap. And then we're putting cheap stuff in our bodies. We have a very adverse reaction to it, and we have the result of a society that's obese, okay? So it's not your fault, but now you're aware of it, okay? So now you got to do something about it. So first of all, I'm going to tell you about the vegetables and fruits that I think are great choices. They're my favorite for maintaining an even blood sugar level, okay? So these are great snack options, and obviously to include with a meal if you want. And then we'll go into how to do it. So my favorite, I put these on a list so I don't forget anything. My favorite vegetables, we got artichokes, broccoli, onions, cucumbers, tomato, squash, zucchini, peppers, mushrooms, lettuce of pretty much any kind. Okay, so those are the vegetables that are nice for your blood sugar level. Let's get into some fruits. You've got cherries, grapefruit, dried apricots, pears, apples, oranges, plums, strawberries, peaches, and grapes. Okay, so some great diverse choices there as far as fruit that doesn't do this to your blood sugar level. They're low to moderate glycemic index foods. They don't impact it the way the other foods that we just talked about does. And by the way, on the fruit side of things, none of that is a green juice. Okay, the green juice thing is a total BS. It's basically green sugar, and if you look at those things, most of them have as much or more sugar than a soda, which is astounding, okay? So don't fall into the green juice trap. It's ridiculous. So how are we going to do this? So this takes a little bit of planning to execute correctly so that you get a nice consistent blood sugar level all day long, optimized and consistent. That's what we want. And how we do that is have meals frequently so you don't get a big drop in blood sugar, and you have meals that don't drive your blood sugar way up. Okay, so you're gonna eat some of those foods. You're gonna try and eat every 2 to 3 hours. You're gonna put something in your body that's healthy, okay? So that is the goal. And you need to plan that in the morning or the night before, especially if you're gonna be at work. How many eat all day? What am I gonna eat? Am I gonna have these things accessible? Am I gonna have some oranges or plums around, right? Yes, no, do I like those things? Whatever it is, you've gone shopping now. You've started to surround yourself with healthy foods, and you can make the right choices a lot easier, but it does take planning if you're not at the house, okay? If you're not gonna be home, you need to plan your meals all the way through the day. Okay, so start getting in that mindset of what am I having for lunch? What am I gonna have for an afternoon snack? I'm not just gonna rely on something that's around me, because so often something that's around you is a simple carbohydrate. It's a bag of chips, it's a pretzel, it's whatever it is, right? It's the thing that's gonna make us not lose weight, I guarantee it. So now is a time for you to make the decision that you're in control of your life, that you are not gonna be held hostage to your impulses, your habits of a lifetime, your emotional needs, your desire to feel better, and so I'm going to grab something that's sweet and make me feel better because my boss just yelled at me. All those things that we do, you need to realize that you're really in control of it, okay? So shut it down, eat what you've decided to eat, and stick to it, okay? I want to see you here tomorrow. We're going to be talking about sugar and fiber, the good and the bad. I look forward to seeing you then. Stay strong, be consistent. I'll see you tomorrow. Hey guys, I forgot to mention one thing real quick. I wanted to be crystal clear on the carbs that you are trying to avoid. These are pasta, these are grains, these are rice, white rice, corn, green drinks, and basically a lot of breads, right? The breads are basically something you don't want to have. On the other end of this are some ones I do recommend, and these are whole rye, whole grain barley, quinoa, brown rice, and buckwheat. So those you can have, all right? Those you can have. So I just want to be clear on that, and I'm sorry I did not include that in the original part of the video. If you want a complete list of everything, email me, Brian at Gen X Weight Loss, and I'll get you a complete list of everything I recommended and what to avoid, okay? Have a great day.